Alright everybody, you'll have noticed that I haven't uploaded a video in a while, and that's because I've been on holiday for the last couple of weeks and there's really no way I'd have been able to record and edit any videos. But I did however make sure that I caught both Popstar and Finding Dory while I was away before they come out in the UK, so look out for my reviews of them soon. You'll also notice that my ugly mug is yet to show up on the screen, and that's because I managed to utterly spong it and left my camera in Glasgow. I wanted to get something out though, so I'm just going to record this on the voice recording feature of my phone and hope for the best. The Secret Life of Pets is a movie about what your pets get up to when you're not around, which if it sounds familiar, is because this movie's plot follows almost to a T the overall plotline of the first two Toy Story movies, and I'd actually planned in like a big gag on the similarities between them in this review, but I've since seen so many videos and articles about it that if you really want to see for yourself, probably much more detailed comparisons than mine or just a Google search away. The comparisons between this and Toy Story are, however, inevitable and unavoidable. Within the first few seconds of this movie, you're struck by just how in your face the animation style is. I really like Illumination Entertainment's unique style of animation and character design, with a sort of ridiculously bright colours and cartoonish features, and it brings an extra level of fun to the animals and the settings. And speaking of the settings, this movie is set in New York City and it is just stunning. It's not like an approximate condensed version of NYC either, it's a properly realised but visually heightened New York with, real recognisable buildings and such. A really strong voice cast including Louis C.K. and my current favourite Hannibal Buress lend their talent to some pretty colourful characters, and it's the characters that make this movie. Louis C.K. voices the main character Max, and Modern Family's Eric Stonestreet voices Duke, the new dog threatening to take his place and that Max plots to get rid of. I like the cutesy design of all the characters, but especially Duke, because if you ask me, he looks like a cross between Chewbacca and Dougal from the Magic Roundabout. The standout character for me though was Kevin Hart's Snowball. Snowball is the leader of an underground cult of abandoned pets, and he's introduced through a really inventive breakout scene where he and a couple of his cronies try to free a member from animal control, where Max and Duke have also found themselves. He may be insanely cute, but he's also insanely, insane. He's basically an animated version of the Killer Rabbit from Monty Python, and if you're not familiar with that piece of comedy gold, you really need to watch Monty Python The Holy Grail ASAP. Snowball is easily the funniest character in the movie, although I can see how he might be quite grating to some. I've actually never really found Kevin Hart that funny in person, although in saying that I haven't really seen much of his stuff. In this though, I was laughing consistently at his over-the-topness and the juxtaposition of his voice and the character's image. The whole tiny cute character turns out to be an angry black man joke has been done loads of times, and it's the exact same joke as Zootropolis' Finnick. For movie fans, there's quite a few hidden references and nods that you should be looking out for, including a poster for Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds on the wall of the owner of whoever the wee green bird guy is. There's a fine line though between references and straight up plagiarism, and apart from the whole Toy Story thing I've already talked about, almost every key scene in this movie is either heavily inspired or basically an animated version of moments of other well-known movies. You'll see for yourself what I'm talking about and what they are, but on more than one occasion it feels like you're watching the cast of one movie acting out the story of another. These scenes are funny though, especially one set on a bridge that feels like a fight scene straight out of The Matrix, and one completely bizarre fantasy scene set in a hot dog factory called the Sausage Kingdom. I went to university to study electrical and mechanical engineering. The Sausage Kingdom is what they should have called my course. There's also some weird product placement in this movie, and I get that it's kind of everywhere these days, but it's odd to see it in an animated movie, especially with close-up shots of like a poster for The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and a puppy walking about with a GoPro Hero 4, and yeah, they make the make and model very clear. Overall, The Secret Life of Pets is a perfectly serviceable movie about what your pets get up to while you're away. It's buoyed by a solid voice cast and a cartoony world that is genuinely enjoyable to watch. It's not quite as good as recent Disney or Pixar movies that hold in an adult's interest, however, judging by the audience reaction I witnessed, kids will go f***ing bananas. It's strongest in its opening 10 to 15 minutes of just constant on-the-button animal gags that you can absolutely envisage your own pets doing while you're away. I'm going to give The Secret Life of Pets 3 popcorns. It's funny and I did enjoy watching it, but it loses points for how consistently similar it is to other movies and for being way too predictable. You have to remember though that it is primarily a kids movie, and in that respect, you can't deny that they'll love it. However, I would say that Zootropolis or Zootopia, depending on if you're, a UK or not, I would say that is still the animated animal movie to beat this year. Thanks very much for watching my review of The Secret Life of Pets. Let me know what your thoughts on this sort of mainly audio only approach is. Is it annoying? Is it actually fine? Would you rather not see me? Would you rather see me? I mean, I'd rather use my camera as usual, but maybe this could be a way of putting out other, shorter videos or something. If you like this review and you or your friends are thinking of seeing this movie, please don't forget to share this video with them and subscribe to check out my others. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time.